It is Special Reserve on the inside, Lexitonian, and then Whitmore. Lexitonian comes back on the inside to win it.
Congratulations on the latest big win. A nice surprise, maybe, because it was a tough race.
Yeah, very much so, Laura, and thanks for having me. The horse deserves it. You know, he's had some close misses, some grade ones, and we, you know, when he was sort of easing them at mile, and you thought we should have went to plan B and sort of dropped him down in grade, but Lexitonian bounced out that race in great shape, and we thought, you know, he had the talent and the will, as he showed, you know, last Saturday, to win a type of race like that. And you know, it was ambitious of us to spot him back in a grade one after a poor performance like that. So it just goes to show you what sort of talent he has and the will and the heart to compete at that level after coming, you know, off a bad performance in the Met Mile. So it was gratifying for the horse as well as the barn.
And you tell me that he's kind of at its best when he's really in a scrap.
Very much so, and you know, a lot of people were questioning drawing the one hole. You know, a lot of people don't, but like sit down on the rail, and we loved that, you know, because you got no option but to break and go forward, and you get pressured the whole way around. And he's a little fighter, and he showed that on Saturday. And you know, when Joel headed him, that's probably the best thing that could have happened to him, because he dug down and, you know, really stuck in and stuck his head out when the time mattered.
And he's one you might think about bringing to Dubai, maybe?
Very much so, you know. The goal would be at the end of the year, the Breeders' Cup Sprint, and if we can get him there and, you know, maintain his form from last Saturday, probably give him a little break and send him down to Palm Meadows in Florida. Look for something like the Gulfstream Park Sprint or the Pelican at Tampa as a prep for the Golden Shaheen, if we can get him there.
And he's done lots of shipping around America, so he'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and he's a class act. You know, you can run him over any, you know, track, surface, you know, chipping him wouldn't be an issue at all. And, you know, he's an old pro. He trains himself. He knows what to do. So I'd only get in the way if I start messing with him.
And he's your fourth Grade 1 winner, I think?
I think so, yeah. I don't really count these things. And I got to give a lot of credit to the barn. I've got so many great staff members behind me. I've got great support from great owners. And just the opportunities I've had in America since I've been here, that the list goes on. I could stand here for hours and thank everybody that sort of allowed me the opportunity to learn and put me in this position.
You came over here just for university?
Yeah, on a soccer scholarship. And,
wow.
We'll try to play soccer, and one thing led to another, and University of Louisville started hot walking for Todd Pletcher, and it was the year he won the Oaks with rags to riches. So Michael McCarthy was Todd's assistant at the time, so got friendly with Michael, Gary Stevens, Todd, and so the connection I've made along the way, I've got a lot of people to thank, and it goes back to, you know, the US is really the land of opportunity.
It is. And what about growing up? You're obviously British, did you follow racing? Did you go racing back home?
Yeah, point to points. And I always wanted to be a jockey, and God, you see how tall I am now. That dream went out pretty quick, and it was always soccer and, you know, horse racing, and we used to go to small tracks like Sedgefield and Hexham, and, you know, I always used to sit on the side of the sofa and pretend to ride a horse, and it was a passion of mine growing up. Now it's a livelihood, and I'm sort of speechless how it became this.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like you see the silks, the Calumet silks, you just think, oh, it's so classy. There's so much history there. That must be great to be involved with.
Very humbling, you know, when I was approached by them, and, you know, I never knew much about them, but when I sort of Googled the history, and it's breathtaking, you know, there's so much history behind the farm, and, you know, the new connections that are involved now. They really want to get the farm to where it once was before, so hopefully, you know, I can be a tiny piece of a massive operation to try and help them get back to where they once were in the past.
And you've had, as we said, a really good run so far. Are there any highlights of your time with Calumet?
I just think presenting an operation like that, Laura, that, you know, I never once dreamt in a million years I'd be in this position. And, you know, used to wake up and watch American films and want to live that American dream. And, you know, when you saddle a horse and you see a jockey walking towards me for Calumet silks, I sort of pinch myself as if it's a dream. That just been able to represent not only at Saratoga but small tracks back home and at any level, you know, I'm just very humbled to be in this position.
And what sort of reception have you had back home from friends and family? Because British people can be a bit rude about American racing. Do they realise the scale of what you've achieved?
You know, I'm always, you know, the WhatsApp, it's been a great app for me, and I've got so many friends and followers. I couldn't do it without the support, you know, from my family, and it means a lot to me, you know, whether it's, you know, small race or, you know, big race like here at Saratoga, that it means a lot to me because, it really gives you the confidence. You have the backing of support of friends and family back home, and when you try and get home for Christmas, people do recognise it. When you do, not even win, but you just compete at a racetrack like Saratoga, people start noticing it, and I'll never forget where I'm from, and I've got some great friends, a loving family behind me, and I'm very grateful for that.
And where's Channel Cat going next?
We question the sword dancer. I don't know if that performance on last Saturday would justify him coming back there. We might bring him home for the Calumet Cup. Obviously, Calumet sponsors at Kentucky Downs. It is a winning year in for the Breeders' Cup, and he's already won over the course of distance down there. So more than likely, we'll send him home for the Calumet Cup at Kentucky Downs in September.